Oh, Mary, come here. Look at this review your documentary got.
You're kidding. The paper reviewed my show?
Yeah.
What does it say? I tuned in to WJM-TV last night to see a typically dull documentary about chimps at the Como Park Zoo. Oh, Murray. You work for a month on a show and then some writer from... Instead, I was treated to a fascinating, informative, and fast-moving half-hour narrated by anthropologist Margaret Kellogg. We give producer Mary Richards 4 stars. 4 stars. Murray, they never give 4 stars.
That's right. The best Ted ever got was 3 lemons.
Hey, look, Murray, they mentioned you, too.
I know.
Credit for the outstanding writing on the show goes to Muriel Slaughter.
My mother would be so pleased. She always wanted a girl.
Congratulations, Barry.
Thank you, Mr. Grant.
You too, Muriel.
Oh.
No, I mean it. That was a terrific show last night.
Oh, thanks, Lou. I'll remind you when it's time for a raise.
I was speaking to Mary, Ted.
Oh? What do you mean? You said terrific show last night, and it's my new show, not Mary's. Mine. So it'd be perfectly natural for me to say thank you.
Ted, we were talking about another show. It's a little show that Murray and I worked on about chimps at the zoo.
How come I didn't know anything about it?
Oh, well, Margaret Kellogg did the narration.
Well, how come I didn't do it?
Oh, we thought about it, Ted. We really did.
Why didn't I get it?
Because we thought about it, Ted.
No, it's just that Dr. Kellogg has written books about chimps and speaks brilliantly and was available to do the show. So, we figured that to have you do it instead of her would be,
Stupid.
Mary? Yeah?
Oh, Mary, I thought I heard you come in.
Hi.
My friend Mary Richards, a celebrity.
That.
Oh, that, Mary, this is quite some write-up.
Yeah.
Famous kid.
It was a nice review.
Hey, how come you're so calm about it? If it had been me, I would have rushed out, bought 20 copies to send to everybody I know.
Well, you see, that's the difference between you and me, Rhoda. I only bought 10 copies.
Hey, looks like we both had big days.
Yeah?
That was a hint, Mary. I mean, you're supposed to ask me what kind of a big day I had.
Rhoda, I'm sorry.
I'm very glad you asked. I was sitting in Hempel's tea room, right? Having my lunch. Guess who sat down to share my table? Doug Hempel.
One of the Hempels?
Yes, Mary. The grandson of our founder, Bernard Hempel. Really? Now, I've seen him a lot around the store. You can't miss him. He's so gorgeous.
Yeah?
But I never got to know him. So here he is, sitting across the table from me. And we're really talking, Mayor. I'm just at ease. I'm kidding around, just like I'm talking to you now. But without the feet up, of course. Anyway, he starts laughing at the things I'm saying, right? Only the good stuff, because he's selective. And it turns out that we like a lot of the same things.
Yeah? Like what?
Well, like he likes Mel Brooks, which of course I do. And he likes Neil Diamond, which of course I do. And sailing, which of course, well, I could learn to since I've never sailed, but I know I would. And then we breeze through lunch and finally arrive at that awkward, is he gonna say it or not thing.
Say what or not thing?
Mary, something like, how about getting together later for a drink? Or at the very least, I certainly hope our paths cross again within the span of our lifetime. But, Mayor, nothing.
Well, Rhoda, he'll probably call you tonight.
No, I'm not his type.
Oh, Rhoda, why is it anytime you meet a guy and it could turn out to be a real relationship, you start inventing reasons why he's not going to like you? And why is it that most of the guys you do go out with are, in some way, I don't know how to put it. Thebes, that's the word. Thebes. Like the last guy. Arnie the exterminator. Used to pick you up in that van with the picture of the bug lying on his back. Little feet up in the air and wreath on his chest. It was disgusting.
Mary, now just look, exterminating is an honorable profession.
Okay, all right. It's not just the job. Rhoda, the man was always asking you to lend him money.
Just until termite season.
Oh.
It's true, Mary, those guys may not be perfect or even second rate, but when they drop me, I'm thrilled.
That is so dumb.
So what do you suggest I do?
Well, I know what I would do if I'd met Doug Hempel.
What?
I would try to run into him at the store, and then I would say, would you like to have lunch with me?
I'll do it.
Good.
Hi, Doug. Would you like to have lunch with Mary?
Morning, Murray.
Oh, morning, Lou.
You got any donuts left?
No, this is the only one. Well, I'd give it to you, Lou, but I'm really hungry. I didn't have any breakfast this morning.
I didn't have any breakfast either. Not only that, I skipped dinner last night.
Me too.
How big a lunch did you have?
Soup and crackers.
You got it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, Mary, I just ran into the station manager. He said he liked your chimp show so much that he wants to rerun it next month sometime.
Hey, terrific. Congratulations.
Thanks, you too.
And he wants you to come up with some promos for it, to help publicize it.
Yeah, I sure will. I'll get on that right away. Wow.
Mary, now that you're getting recognition, there are things I could ask you to do before that I can't ask you now. Like when you started here, I remember you used to bring me a jelly donut every morning. You know?
Yeah, I know.
It just wouldn't be right now, I wouldn't dream of asking you. I wouldn't expect you to. Hey, I wouldn't even want you to. Yeah, but I remember when I'd come to work and I'd walk into the office and there it'd be on my desk, just sitting there on a little sheet of white paper. One raspberry jelly donut. Or sometimes a strawberry jelly. Always was red, I remember.
Poor Lou. What a year. First his wife moves out, and now he's lost his donuts.
Well, Mayor, I ran that show of yours.
Oh, how'd you like it?
Don't make me say.
Okay.
Because if I say, well, it'll only hurt your feelings.
Yeah, okay, Ted.
I mean, everybody wants people to like what they do, and if I said, it'd make you feel bad, so don't make me say.
It's okay, I understand, Ted.
Okay. I hated it.
You finally dragged it out of him.
I'll tell you the reason why I hated it, Mary.
Newsroom? Oh, hi, Rhoda. What? Will you slow down? I can't understand you. You did? He did? And you're going out to dinner tonight? Hey, that's marvelous. Yeah, I'm glad you asked him, too. Right. Okay, I'll talk to you tonight. Bye-bye. Rhoda is going out to dinner tonight with Doug Hempel.
Terrific! Who's Doug Hempel?
Now that you've finished your personal call in the office, I'll tell you exactly why I didn't like your show, Mayor. It's only fair.
Oh, gee, Ted, I don't think it's necessary for you to be so fair.
I didn't mind all that footage about the mother monkey and the father monkey. I mean, I'm open-minded about that sort of thing. After all, they're only animals. But that Kellogg lady you hired, the way she pronounced some of the words,
Ted,
Mary.
she's English.
English? Well, I think when those people are here, the least they could do is make an effort to sound normal.
I'll tell her to.
Oh, and another thing, Mary. It's easy to get good reviews when you use animals in shows. And everybody thinks they're so cute, that they're such great actors. Lassie, they stick a pebble in his paw to make him limp. And everybody says, oh, poor Lassie hurt his little paw. You call that acting, Mary? I'd like to see one of those animals do what I do. I'd like to see your chimp doing the news.
Isn't it wonderful that he trusts me so much that he'd say something like that in front of me? That he trusts me enough to say, I'd like to see one of your chimps doing the news. That he thinks that I wouldn't say, so would I, Ted.
Mary, I've been thinking. Maybe you got the wrong idea about what I was talking about earlier.
You mean about the jelly donuts?
Yeah, the jelly donuts. Well, I just want to make it clear to you that I no longer expect you to walk all the way down to the Mr. Donut shop and stand in line just to get me a jelly donut.
Well, Mr. Grant, I never did that. I used to just pick up the phone and have them delivered.
That's all?
How many you want?
3 assorted.
Yeah, kid, come on in.
Which ones do you want?
Oh, great, thanks. Oh, these.
Hey, place looks different.
Oh, yes, since Doug's been coming over, Mary, I decided to fix up a little. Who am I kidding? I went into Hot getting new stuff. The rug, that, the coverlet, and the chandelier.
I love it.
Listen, I wanted to make it, you know, a little more romantic.
Yeah.
Even took the light bulb out of my refrigerator, put in a candle.
Oh. Hey, you look absolutely wonderful.
Oh, Mare, do you believe it? It's Rhoda Morgenstern, getting ready to go out with someone she likes. Someone she really likes.
Oh, Rhoda, it's been great so far, huh?
Mary, it's been, listen, it's so, it's hard to verbalize. I mean, we're just so compatible in so many ways, including everything. I mean, Mary, I'm so, could I say it?
What?
Happy.
Oh, Rhoda.
Really, I keep imagining the whole thing in my mind, you know. Him taking me to meet his mother. Me taking him to meet my mother.
Listen, Rhoda, I think it's just great that you feel this way, and I don't want to put any kind of a damper on anything, you know, but listen, it's only been a week. I mean, don't you think you ought to slow down a little bit?
Oh, he's there. He's here, Mary. He's at the door right now. Listen, please like him.
Rhoda!
Hi, Rhoda.
Hey, Doug.
Ready?
Yeah, but listen, there's someone in here I want you to meet. Come in for just a second.
Okay.
Mary Richards, Doug Hempel.
Hi, Mary.
Hello, Doug.
Oh, or do I introduce you the other way around? I never know who to say first.
Whatever you said sounded just great. Hey, the play starts in about 20 minutes.
Okay, I guess we better get going. So long.
Hope to see you again, Mary.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
Bye.
Doug, why don't you go on ahead? I'll be right down. Forgot something.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Do you like him? You like him, I can tell. Good.
Rhoda, I like him, but will you just go slow?
Right. I'm not going to push things. Promise. But, Mary, I can just picture my mother's wedding invitation. Mr. and Mrs. Martin Morgenstern are relieved to announce the engagement of their eldest living daughter, Rhoda Fay, to Mr. Douglas Collier Hempel. Yes, son of Hempel's department store, who's not near good enough for her.
Okay. I'm going to tell you the truth. I feel a little embarrassed talking to a plant, you know. But people say that it's good for you, and, well, I certainly don't want to take any chances with your health. So, well, enjoy the new pot. It's a lot roomier than the old one, as you know. And, well, I don't know what else to say to you except just relax, enjoy the apartment, and try to grow up and be big and strong, okay?
I'll try, Aunt Mary. You little devil, you're getting very good at that. Listen, you should hear the talks I have with my plants upstairs. A little one-sided, admittedly. You're going to have to sit this one down soon and tell it about the birds and bees.
Yes, but I'm going to lead up to that one slowly. I'm going to start by telling it about men and women.
Men and women. Good subject, man. Glad you brought it up.
How is Doug, anyway?
Mary. Oh, Mary.
Well, that answers that, doesn't it? Tell me everything.
Oh. You know, something wonderful happens during the day. I can't wait to rush to him and tell him. And I say to myself, this is it. This is what having somebody really means. You want to run and tell them the good things. And then something crummy happens. And I want to run to him and tell him about it. And I say, oh, I see. It's this, too. Want to share the crummy things as well. Oh, Rhoda. Incredible.
It makes me feel so good to see you like this.
Hey, Mary, do you really like him?
Yeah, I really do.
What is he?
Tell
me what he is.
Rhoda, come on, you know everything he is.
Well, you know what I mean. Say, like, he's witty, he's bright, stuff like that.
Come on.
Tell me,
Rhoda,
please.
I only met him a couple of times.
Oh, come on, Mary, be a friend.
All right. Just winging it then, off the top of my head. I would say he is sensational.
Yeah, he is. You're right. He is sensational. That's why I wrote him this letter. Now, Mary, I have never done anything like this in my life. But I sat down to write it, and these fantastic thoughts came to me. It's the best letter I ever wrote. Oh, would you read it out loud so I can hear what it sounds like?
Sure. Dear Mr. Hempel. Mr. Hempel?
I want to start with a joke. Not too funny. I could change it.
There are so many things I want to say to you, but when I'm with you, the words just stick in my throat. So I'm writing this letter.
That's terrible. I hate it. It's really hokey. I mean, I'll change that or take that out, but go ahead.
Ever since I've known you, I've wanted to tell you how I feel about you, but I didn't want to say anything until I knew how you felt about me.
I'm not sure what that means. What does that mean?
Well,
Well, I'll rewrite that section. I'll keep reading there.
so how do you feel about me? Check 1. A, mad about you. B, mildly infatuated. C, moved, left no forwarding address.
Mary, that's high school. That's really so high school. I can't believe it.
Rhoda Faye. It doesn't matter what the letter says. The important thing is that you don't send the letter at all. Rhoda, you're going to scare him off. It's only been 2 weeks. I mean, you're still at that, isn't it incredible that we both love Chinese food stage?
Yeah. Don't want to scare him off, huh?
Right.
I see. It's a terrible thing you should tell another human being, I love you.
No, Rhoda, not at all. It's just, you don't want to say it too soon is all.
Okay, one question. When is not too soon?
You'll know. Something will tell you.
I doubt that, Mary. I wanted to say it when we were introduced. So, listen, I won't send the letter to Doug. I owe my mother a letter. It's a little weird, but...
Okay, thank you very much. That was reception. Dr. Kellogg's on her way up.
Now, she's a little late, isn't she?
The chimp overslept.
Oh. Well, I'll go down to the studio and tell them we'll shoot the promo for your chimp show in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Mary.
Rhoda!
Yeah, I left work early because I'm planning this big dinner for Doug tonight. If you got a minute, I'd like to talk to you.
Yeah, sure. Come on to Mr. Grant's office. He won't be back for a few minutes.
Mary, please, don't try to talk me out of it, okay, please?
What?
Just, I know you're right and everything, but don't try to change my mind,
Rhoda,
all right?
what is it?
Tonight, I'm going to ask Doug how he feels.
Mary, Dr. Kellogg, and Hugo are here to see you.
Okay, thank you. I'll be right out. Rhoda, listen, I gotta go, but you know, don't you, that I'm right about not rushing things?
Yeah, I do know that, Mary. You kid, you're right. It's the best way to handle it. In the back of my mind, I know Mary is right.
Okay, good.
But in the front of my mind, I'll go crazy if I don't ask him.
Rhoda, listen, I gotta go. There's a chimp waiting for me. But listen, I'll talk to you tonight, all right? And in the meantime, please don't do anything, okay?
Okay.
I gotta go do this chimp thing.
Yeah, go. Thank you.
Hello, Dr. Kellogg.
Hello, Mary.
I'd like you to meet Rhoda Morgenstern.
Oh, how do you do?
Hello, doctor. There are only 2 N's in banana.
Mr. Grant, this is Dr. Kellogg. She's going to help us do the promos.
Oh, right. Of course. Nice to meet you.
Nice
I'll
to
just
meet
go
you, too.
check and make sure everything's ready in the studio.
Oh,
And this is Hugo.
Hugo?
Oh, you remember. He's the little fellow that wouldn't eat for 2 days when his grandmother died.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it.
Oh, he's doing much better now. Hugo, say hello to Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant.
That's okay. He doesn't have to sit.
Come on now, Hugo. Shake hands with Mr. Grant.
No, it's okay, Hugo.
Lou, maybe if you put your hand out first.
Right. they say, Hugo?
Well, he usually doesn't take to people until he's known them for a bit, you know?
Say, Mur, I can't understand this last... Oh, wait a minute. You're not Mur.
You're right, Dr. Kellogg. He doesn't take to people.
Listen, I guess you'll understand if I don't walk you all the way to your car, huh?
Rhoda, I really hope you know how I feel. I want you to.
Listen, please, Doug. It's all right. Really, everything's fine. I just asked you during the Waltons to tell me exactly how you felt. Before you had a chance to tell me, I told you. You said nothing wrong, honest, Doug. Nothing at all. The only thing wrong is that now you think I'm crying over what you said. And what I'm crying about is the Waltons. That show was
Rhoda.
sad. I mean, that part tonight, I cried so hard when John Boy died. Oh.
John Boy didn't die. How could he die? He's a star of the show.
So his innocence died. Something, I don't know. Something died up there. I mean, I saw it on the show. His frog died. Something. What do you think? I always carry on like this?
Rhoda, listen. Let's get together for lunch tomorrow and talk some more. I want to talk about this. I think it's important.
Sure. Hey, wait, Doc, please. I'm not this sophisticated. Hi. Hi. Mary, you know my friend, Doug Hempel?
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Doug.
Small world, huh?
Rhoda, we will talk about it, won't we?
Sure. Listen, Doug, I am okay. Really. I just don't think I'll be in tomorrow. Really, I just can't. You can dock me if you want, but I can't come in tomorrow.
Rhoda, listen, I'm not going to dock you.
Oh, good. Perhaps you'll punch in for me.
I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Right. Good. Hi. What's new?
You want to come inside?
Yeah.
Rhoda, what happened?
Doesn't hear bells. Does not hear bells. That's the expression he used. Oh, he says, Rhoda, you're great. You're this, you're that. But he doesn't hear bells. Who's he been dating? Avon ladies? You know, Mary, actually, when you get right down to it, I don't know how I could be this hurt over a guy who would use such a corny expression.
Why is it that people can't be open with each other? Why do the honest people always get clobbered?
Why does it always rain after you wash your car?
Well, at least in about 6 months, you'll be able to look back on this and realize that you gained something from it.
Yeah, probably about 10 pounds.
If only you didn't have to wait the 6 months. If we could just figure out now what was good about it.
I know one good thing, Mayor.
What?
You know all those other times with those other guys when it didn't work out? Well, notice that this time that I'm being not loved. It's by a better class of guy. Another good thing.
What?
You know that love letter that I wrote to Doug and I didn't send?
Yeah.
I sent it to my mother. She called me from New York this morning, and she told me that letter made her the happiest mother in the whole world. Mary?
Yeah! Hey, you're just in time. The promo for my show is coming on right after this commercial.
Oh, what promo?
The one that Ted did with the chimp.
You're kidding. I thought Ted wouldn't have anything to do with your show.
Well, that's true, but see, Mr. Grant explained to him how it would be good for his image if he helped promote a cultural, intellectual show like
How
ours.
much did you have to pay him?
$50. But it really went very well. See, they let the tape run a little bit longer so that, well, you'll see. Ah, it's coming on now.
This is Ted Baxter saying, stay tuned to WJM for chimps and what they can teach us. Coming up on 10 o'clock.
let's do one more. And before we start, would someone straighten his tie, please?
You ready to go?
Yeah, Rhoda, be with you in a minute.
Okay. Do you want me to get that?
Oh, would you?
Sure. Hello? Yes, she is. Who's calling? Congresswoman who? Wait, just... Phyllis. Is this you? It's got to be Phyllis, Mayor.
Rhoda, wait. I just did an interview with a congresswoman. Give me the phone.
I'm sorry. I really am, yeah. But I'm sure this happens to you a lot. I mean, who would expect a congresswoman to call a number that I would answer? Here's Mary.
Mrs. Geddes? Yes. Oh, well, that was a friend of mine. Yes, I thought the show went very well. Well, thank you. That's very nice. The next time I get to Washington, I'd be delighted to come to your place for dinner. And listen, the next time you're in Minneapolis, I would love you to come to my place for dinner. Friday? Sure. Yes, that would be fine. Great. It's 119 North Weatherly. How about 8 o'clock? Good. I'll look forward to it. Bye-bye. Rhoda, Congresswoman Geddes is coming here for dinner Friday. That's tomorrow. Oh, Rhoda, what am I going to serve? Who'll I invite? I mean, I just have a day to get ready.
Now, Mary, just a minute. Before you go through all that, why don't the two of you just go out to a nice restaurant?
No, I can't take her to a restaurant.
But, Mary, you know about your parties.
What about my parties?
You don't know about your parties?
No, what about my parties?
Nothing.
Rhoda,
not a
come
thing.
on. What about them?
Mary, I thought you knew. Your parties are disasters. I mean, I thought you knew. How could you not know that?
Yes, I know. Okay, I knew. I just didn't know that anyone else knew. Rhoda, why aren't I a wonderful hostess? You know, I should really be a wonderful hostess. I mean, I've got a warm apartment. I set a nice table. I'm a pleasant, friendly sort of person. I should give great parties.
All right, Mary. Give the party. But just keep it small this time. I mean, just a small, congenial group. Now, how many people do you know that like each other?
6.
6.
That's how many I can seat at my dining table.
Then that's all you should have.
Oh, Rhoda, I hope this party turns out all right. I mean, I hope I finally give a good party because, I mean, if I don't, I'm going to start being afraid to invite people over here, you know? Pretty soon people won't invite me to their place because they'll be afraid I'll invite them back here and they won't want to come. Before you know it, I'm going to end up a little old lady sitting alone in my apartment tickling my cat.
Yes?
Mr. Grant,
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you're not doing anything tomorrow night, if you'd like to come to my place for dinner.
Sure. I was wondering where I was going to eat.
Oh, great. It's just going to be a small dinner party.
I can't make it.
Mr. Grant, when you thought it was just going to be dinner, you could make it.
Mary, I'm going to have to be frank with you. Brutally frank. Okay?
Yes, of course.
You give rotten parties.
Well, Mr. Grant, I
No,
really...
it's not that I don't have a good time at your parties, Mary. I've had some of the worst times in my life. Agony. My wife and I broke up at one of your parties, you remember? Not that I'm holding your party responsible, you understand, but it sure didn't help.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to be so very frank, Mr. Grant.
I'll tell you why I don't have a good time at your parties.
No need to go into any of that.
I don't like parties where they run out of scotch early And I have to drink a punch made out of white wine and Kool-Aid.
No, Mr. Grant, that was not Kool-Aid, that was cassis.
Well, whatever it was made my lips red.
But it's not going to be that kind of a party. It's going to be just a small dinner party that I'm giving for Congressman Geddes. You remember we did that interview show together?
Mm.
And it'll be you, me, Murray and his wife, and Rhoda.
What about Ted?
Well, I'm not going to have room for Ted.
Okay, 1 point for you. It's just so depressing thinking about going to another one of your... But I guess you wouldn't ask me if you didn't need me, so I'll be there.
Good, I'm glad. Thank you, Mr. Grant.
Oh, and Mary, this is your last shot.
Don't worry about it. Okay, goodbye. Well, I'm sorry, Mayor. I can make it, but Marie's got to go to Chicago to visit her sister.
Oh, well, that's terrific. Great.
What?
No, Murray, I don't mean it's terrific that Marie can't make it. I mean, it's terrific because now I can invite a date. So, now all I have to worry about is what to serve.
Well, say, why don't you go see Sue Ann Nevins? She'll be a great help. You know, the other day Marie made something she saw Sue Ann prepare on her Happy Homemaker show.
Yeah?
In fact, it was the exact same dinner the Nixon served to French President Pompidou when he went to the White House.
No kidding. How was it?
Great. The best franks and beans I ever had.
And after baking in a 340-degree oven for 40 minutes, our strawberry swirl is ready to serve. Let's take a look at our finished product, shall we? Now then. Oh, surely that isn't how a strawberry swirl is supposed to look. Is it? Somebody forgot to plug in the oven. Well, I guess that just goes to show that anybody can make a mistake, even your happy homemaker. Now, don't you go away. We'll be right back after this commercial message.
All clear.
All right, who the hell is responsible? Mary. Hi. I'm waiting for an answer.
5 seconds, Sue Ann.
Don't go away.
Stand by. Cue Sue Ann.
Well, it seems as though we've come to the end of another show. It was so nice of you to drop around for our little visit. Remember to come back tomorrow when I'll have some handy hints on how to feel fresh fruit. So until tomorrow, this is Sue Ann Nivens, your happy homemaker, saying, God couldn't be everywhere, so he made mothers.
All clear, Sue Ann.
All right, everyone stay right where he is. We're going to have a little meeting. Cy, come down here. Mary, dear, aren't you looking lovely? What can I do for you?
Well, gee, it's not really important, Sue Ann. I can come back another time.
Oh, nonsense. I'll be done chewing out the crew in 2 shakes of a lamb. Oh, it's Cy Fisher, my producer. I'm sure you know Mary Richards.
Hello.
Hello.
And now, Cy, perhaps you could tell me who it was who screwed up my strawberry swirl.
I don't know, Sue Ann.
You don't know? Well, we had better find out, hadn't we, Cy?
Yes, Sue Ann.
Yes. Now, Mary, what is it you want to see me about?
Oh, it's really not important.
Oh, you
Sue Ann,
come right
really.
over here into my living room and you tell me what it is I can do for you.
Well, it's just that I was planning.
Cy, I want his name and I want it fast. Is that clear?
Yes, Sue Ann.
Go on, dear.
Well, I'm having a party on Friday.
A party? What kind of party?
Well, it's going to be a dinner party.
Oh, Mary, how sweet of you to ask me. I'd love to.
Oh, well, actually, Sue Ann...
Mary, not only will I come, I will prepare the dinner. I will see to it that your little dinner party will become a feast to remember.
But, Sue Ann...
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to rake someone's tail over the coals.
Oh, how'd it go with Sue Ann?
Well, I lost a date and gained a chef. Sue Ann is coming to the party.
Oh, I didn't know you were that fond of Sue Ann. What made you invite her?
Well, Sue Ann is a great gourmet cook, and I can certainly use all the help I can get. So let's see. It'll be you, me, Rhoda, Congresswoman Geddes, who is up for re-election in a couple of months, so we ought to get a look at the polls, any other background material you can find.
Hi, guys. What's up?
Nothing.
Any big stories break for tonight?
I'm afraid not, Ted.
Oh, well, you know what they say. No news is good news. Well, say, Mayor, what time do you want Georgette and me to be at your dinner party tomorrow night?
Ted, how did you know about the party?
Well, there's a note on Lou's calendar. Mary's dinner party tonight.
Ted, I don't think Lou will be happy if he knows that you're reading things on his desk when he's not there.
Murray, I wouldn't do that. He was there while I read it. It's a little trick I've mastered, reading upside down.
Now, if you could only learn how to do it right side up.
Usually I like a bit more notice for a party, Mary, but I'm sure you've got a good reason.
Excuse me, I'm going to get those polls you wanted me to find.
Well, Murray...
So, what time is the party, Mary?
Well, Ted, there's a little problem. You see, it's a sit-down dinner party, and I've only got room for 6 people.
Oh, say, okay. Listen, I understand.
Oh, good, Ted. I'm really glad you do.
Of course, say no more. I'll just leave Georgette at home. I mean, so she misses her dinner, big deal. It's not as if she's going to go hungry or anything. Besides, I've done enough for her this week anyway, so what time is it?
Well, Ted, you see, I don't have room for you either.
Come again?
Ted, I've got this very small dining table. Well, you've seen the table, you know, and there's only room for 6 people.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying I'm not invited?
I'm sorry, Ted.
Well, just let me understand this correctly.
No, Ted, you see...
Just to get it clear in my own mind.
There's no way, Ted. If you could just try to understand.
Okay, I understand. You only have room for 6 people, and I'm not invited. I don't need a house to fall in on me.
I'm sorry, Ted.
So who are the 6 people, Mary?
Well, there's the guest of honor, Congresswoman Geddes.
Oh, I can understand you're inviting the guest of honor ahead of me. Who else?
Well, and then there's Rhoda.
I can understand inviting your best friend over me. Who else?
Mr. Grant.
Well, that's all. I can understand that. He's your boss. You want to butter him up.
And then there's me.
Well, it's your apartment.
And Sue Ann Niven.
Wait a minute.
She's cooking the dinner, Ted.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I understand. Wait a minute, that's 5. Who's the 6th?
Murray.
You invited Murray over me?
Yeah.
Murray? My Murray?
I did that, Ted, but I explained to
Oh,
you.
please. You don't owe me any explanations. You know why? Because I'm glad I wasn't invited to your party. Do you think I even want to go to one of your parties? It is to laugh, Mary. You know something, Mary? You don't know this. But I've had lots of parties that you were never invited. Oh, yes, that's right. Wonderful parties, and you were never invited. Come as you are parties, surprise parties, Hawaiian night parties, where you had to say aloha, you couldn't get in. Parties that would have changed your life, Mary, and you weren't invited. Parties where you would have fallen in love with that Mr. Right you've been so desperately waiting for. Yes, Mary, he was at one of my parties, too. The one man in the world meant just for you, Mary, and you missed him. The man that would have given you a home and marriage and children and comfort in your old age was at one of my parties, Mary, and you weren't invited.
Well, did you tell Ted he wasn't invited?
Yeah, I told him.
How'd he take it?
Not bad. And I think that's everything.
Right.
So I'll see you tonight at 8, right?
Right, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Hiya, Ted.
Oh, pardon me, Mary, but where are you going?
Home, Ted?
Oh, home. Going home so early?
Well, yeah, I have everything finished, and I have to get home.
Oh, of course. Tonight's the big party for the Minneapolis 6. However, did it slip my mind?
Ted, please excuse me.
What is it, Mary? What is it really? I mean, what is it? Is it because you resent my success? Is that what it is?
Oh, Ted, please, I tried to explain. explain to you. I just have room for 6 people.
I'll bring my own dish. How's that? So it doesn't match
Oh,
yours.
Ted, won't you try to understand? There'll be other parties.
I'll give you $20.
I really have to be going.
Mary, please. Before you go, I'd like to tell you a little story, okay?
Okay.
Maybe you'll be able to profit by it. I'll never forget it. I was 15 years old at the time. Sensitive, shy, quiet little lad, suffering the anguish of growing up. And it was Christmas time, and a girl in my class was throwing a Christmas party. And everyone was invited, except me, Mary. When I found out about it, I went over to see her, and I asked her, why? And she said, because I hate your guts. Well, that night of the party, I spent at home, alone, in my room, and I cried. It's probably the worst night in my life, Mayor. Outside it was snowing and the carolers were singing. It came upon me. I felt then that in all the world I was the loneliest person that ever lived. But then it came to me, Mary. Why should I sit there feeling sorry for myself? So I went down to my basement, got my junior chemistry set. I made the biggest stink bomb you ever saw. And I threw it right in the middle of that party.
How's dinner coming?
Oh, Mary, I have outdone myself. Don't burn. Oh, delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And Julia Child says 4 cups of heavy cream.
Well, I am ready to serve the salad. Where is everybody?
Well, it's only 7:45.
What do you mean, only 7:45? I have timed my veal Prince Orloff for 8 o'clock.
But, Sue Ann, I didn't tell anyone to get here until 8 o'clock.
Well, Mary, dear, I'm sorry, but if we don't eat at 8 o'clock, we might as well take my delicious dinner and flush it right down the toilet. You see, they're already here. I'll start serving the salad.
Well, no, Sue Ann,
Hi, Mayor.
Hi.
Mary, this is Steve Waldman. Steve, this is Mary Richards.
Hello.
Come on.
Hello? Rhoda, could I talk to you for just a moment?
Yes, and I wanted to talk to you too, Mayor. I'll be with you in a minute, Steve.
Rhoda, why is he here?
Mary, listen, Steve and I work together at Hempel's. And tonight, after 4 years with the store, he gets fired. So when he asked me to have dinner, I just couldn't say no.
The salad is on the table. Hello, Rhoda, dear. Mary, we eat in 4 minutes.
Sue Ann, nobody is here yet. They're not here. Rhoda, do you see these chairs? There are 6 chairs. Do you see them? There is no room for him.
Mary, he can sit up there at the little table.
Rhoda, please. Please, Rhoda, listen, I want this party to be a good party. You know, I want that so badly, and there is not enough food for him. Sue Ann made it very clear to me. There are exactly 6 portions of veal Prince Orloff. No more, no less.
He can have half of mine.
3 minutes, Mary.
I know, Sue Ann, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was a little tense.
Rhoda.
Hi, I'm Steve Waldman.
Lou Brandt.
Murray Slaughter.
How are you?
Oh, fine, fine. I just got fired. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
Hi, Murray. Come on
Hi,
in,
Mary.
Mr. Grant.
Hi, Mary.
Can I get you a drink?
You sure?
No drinks, Mary. We eat in 2 minutes.
Miss Richards, I want to thank you for inviting me to dinner.
Rhoda, set a place for him at the little table.
Thank you. 1 minute, Mary.
Sue Ann, Congresswoman Geddes isn't here yet.
Oh, Mary, dear, do you have any idea what happens if you let veal Prince Orloff sit in an oven too long?
No, what?
He dies. Hello, I'm Margaret Geddes.
Steve Waldman.
Oh, how do you do?
Well, I was just fired.
I'm sorry.
Congresswoman Congresswoman Geddes, it's so nice to see you again. Everybody, this is Representative
Margaret.
Margaret Geddes, Rhoda Morgenstern, Lou Grant,
Hello, how are you?
Marie Slaughter, and Sue Ann Nibbins.
How do you do? Mary, your dinner is served.
Well, shall we all take our places then?
What happened to my drink?
Oh, Mary's so sorry to rush us all like this, but she mistimed her dinner. Dearie dear, would you like to bring out the veal Prince Orloff?
Sure.
And we'll start on your lovely salad. Mary made it all herself.
It looks delicious.
Thank you. And this is Mary's veal Prince Orloff.
Oh, wow.
That's
Hey,
beautiful.
hey, that smells great. Oh, beautiful.
Mrs. Geddes?
Oh, well, not yet, dear. Thank you. I haven't finished my salad.
I finished my salad.
Excuse me, could someone just pass the salt?
Mr. Grant?
Oh, yeah. I'm really starved, Mary. I really am. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Grant, could I speak to you for a minute?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, in the living room, I need your help.
Oh, sure. What's wrong, Mary? You seem upset.
Mr. Grant, you took 3 servings of the veal.
Yeah.
Mr. Grant, there are 6 people. You took half.
You mean that's all there is? What's on this platter?
Mr. Grant, you've got to put some back. Don't you have enough for everybody? 3 people aren't going to get any dinner.
All right, I'll put it back. Say, you know what? I'm not as hungry as I thought I
Mary, what a delightful evening. Magnificent conversation, delicious food.
Is everybody ready for dessert?
And tonight, I saved room for it. Good. What are we having, Mary? Do I smell baked pears, Alicia?
Right, baked pears, Alicia.
Oh, what a wonderful surprise. It's my favorite dessert in the whole world.
Listen, why don't we all have dessert and coffee in the living area?
Mary, the party's going great.
I know. I can't believe it.
Just great. It's the best party you ever gave. I mean, it's 9 o'clock and everybody's still here.
We'll have our coffee and Alicia's in just a minute.
I can't wait.
Good. Ted, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, I was having a few drinks alone. Waterfront bar. Those dangerous-looking characters around. I said to myself, maybe Mary didn't have time to think about dessert. So, well, here it is. Sherbet for 6.
Ted, that was very thoughtful of you. Would you like to come in?
Oh, no, I don't want to come in or anything. Hi, Lou. Mary, Rhoda. Say, Lou, if you need a lift, I'll be waiting outside. Don't hurry.
Ted, are you sure you don't want to
Oh,
come?
no.
Ted, really, don't you want to come in?
No, I'm sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You're not going to close the door in my face, are you? Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
What's wrong with you anyway? You got a screw loose somewhere? You playing with a full deck up there, fella?
I'm not sure I get what you mean, Lou.
Well, what I mean is, Why are you always doing stuff like showing up in places where you weren't invited with a pint of sherbet?
Be fair, Lou. The sherbet's a new touch.
I don't know what makes me do this. Maybe it's because I'm remembering a party of a long time ago. Maybe it's because I'm remembering a 15-year-old boy. Shy, sensitive lad, suffering the anguish of growing up. You see, it was Christmas time, and the girl in my class was throwing a Christmas party, and everybody was invited except me. When I found out about it, I went over to her and I asked why. And she said, because you're poor. And you don't have nice clothes.
Ted, did that actually happen?
It crossed my heart, Rhoda. Well, I stayed home the night of the party, alone in my room, and I cried. Outside it was snowing and the carolers were singing. It came upon me.